We finally got that long rumored Nintendo Direct of July with the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. And this was not the Direct that we were expecting, but it was the Direct that we got. And today I kind of wanted to go over what was announced there, just kind of my thoughts on everything. Because obviously when it comes to Nintendo Direct Partner Showcases, I'm not the guy that's most interested in them. I mean, I prefer my first party Nintendo games over the third parties because those are usually on other platforms, especially in the case of Switch 2 already. But you know what? I thought it would be kind of interesting because there is a couple of things worth talking about here, but I'll be completely honest, I feel like that a lot of what was showing off in this Direct that was highlighted definitely could have been in a sizzle reel of some sort in a normal Nintendo Direct. But regardless, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel as it helps me out a ton. And with that, let's get into the July 31st, 2025 Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase and my thoughts on this showcase. This Direct opens up with Monster Hunter Stories 3. I am not really invested in the Monster Hunter series. I mean, it looks cool enough. I don't really ever see myself getting into the series though. I'm sure it's a great enough series, and I think that this is a spin-off, not like a main Monster Hunter game. I think Monster Hunter Stories is a spin-off. If I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comments. But regardless, it looks interesting enough. I feel like that fans of the series will enjoy this game, but it's not really for me. Up next, we have Once Upon a Katamari, and this game looks pretty fun. Again, just like a lot of the games that we're going to be talking about in this video, I am not super well versed in the lore or the world of the Katamari games, so I don't really know too much about it, but the gameplay looks fun enough. I think that this game would be interesting to check out, maybe. I don't know how much it is though. If it's not super expensive, I might pick it up though. We then get into probably the best game of all time, Just Dance 2026 edition. Who would have saw this coming? I mean, a new Just Dance game in the 2026? I didn't expect that. It's totally not like we got one last year, the year before, 2023, 2022. Following the best game of all time, we got Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. This is literally just a fighting game with Dragon Ball, which is cool enough if you're a fan of the Dragon Ball series. I never was a huge fan of it. I never got into it. But, I mean, it looks interesting enough. It looks like the previous Dragon Ball fighting games, though. I don't know if this is the same one that's been out for years, but I feel like I've seen plenty of Dragon Ball fighting games. Maybe there's a new one every other year. I don't know. But we finally get into an actual interesting announcement after that one with Plants vs. Zombie Replanted. As I never really played a lot of Plants vs. Zombie growing up, but I know that this is a huge part of a lot of people in my generation or just around my age group's childhood. So the fact that it's finally getting an HD version on consoles after all this time, like the original games, I'm pretty sure that's what this is. The original game is getting remastered, remade, however you want to say it, for HD consoles is pretty huge. It also includes new multiplayer modes with PvP and co-op, I think. So that's kind of sick. I might check this one out. We'll see. I don't think this is going to be a super expensive game, so I think it would be worth checking out. But anyways, we get into more great games like EA Sports SC 2026. Literally just soccer. If I wanted to play soccer, I would boot up Mario Strikers Battle League, but I don't even want to do that because, you know, it's Mario Strikers Battle League. But we get into another pretty good announcement with Pac-Man World 2 Repack. If I'm not mistaken, the first one was announced in the 2022 Partner Showcase Direct that happened in June. So it's kind of fitting that the second one would also get announced in a Partner Showcase Direct in the summer. Just like the first one, I think this one looks great. It sucks though that for some reason this one is a game key card on Switch 2, even though it's only like 6 gigabytes and there's 8 gigabyte options. But you know, why would it make sense? Why would they put it on a cartridge when there's an option? But anyways, we actually get some pretty back-to-back bangers because after Pac-Man World 2 Repack, we have Persona 3 Reload. While I'm not super familiar with the Persona franchise, I was waiting for Persona 3 Reload to come to Switch or Switch 2 because I want to try this one out. I think this one's going to be an interesting one to try out. I've heard nothing but great things about it. I think that it should have been part of the Game Awards at least somewhere last year, but it wasn't. Instead, we got Elden Ring DLC as a nominee for Game of the Year. Anyways, I've heard nothing but great things about Persona 3 Reload. Definitely want to check that one out. And we also got a Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment trailer. But we didn't get a release date. Why would we get a release date? I don't know. I was thinking we would at least get that, but we didn't get that. They were just like, oh, we'll get more information and a release date at a later date. It's like, you had the opportunity to give us a release date in this Direct, but you didn't. Instead, you're like, oh yeah, we'll come back to that. Makes absolutely no sense, but I digress. Still cool that we at least got some sort of first-party representation in this Direct, even though it's a third-party partner showcase. It was cool to see something first-party in there. But you know, we gotta go back to the slop with Madden 2026. You know, the yearly Madden game, just like how we had the yearly Just Dance game. It's the same as last year's, and the year before, and the year before that. We finally reached that point, though. We got our first HD 2D game of the Direct with Final Fantasy Tactics: The Invalis Chronicles. I think I said that right. I am not familiar with the Final Fantasy Tactics series at all. I don't even remember what system these are for. Were these DS games? Were these PSP games? I have no idea. I am not interested in this game at all. I mean, I'm sure it's good enough for fans of the series, but it's not for me. And the fact that it's another HD 2D game, not really my cup of tea, but if you're a fan of those, there's nothing wrong with that, just not for me. And then following that, we got the game of the year, actually game of the century or millennium here, Chilling by the Fire. You can make a fire and keep a fire going and roast marshmallows with your friends on the Switch 2 with Chilling by the Fire for $15. I don't see why you wouldn't pick this up. I don't see why this wouldn't be game of the year. This one is definitely worth it. When am I doing the 24-hour stream of Chilling by the Fire? That's never happening. I'm going to say that right now. Anyways, moving on, we got Apex Legends for Switch 2. I don't see anyone talking about Apex Legends in the year of 2025. If this was like 2020 or like 2019, maybe this would be more exciting, but like the fact that, you know, it's 2025, I feel like that Fortnite announced for Switch 2 would have been more exciting, even though it's already on Switch 2. I feel like that a Fortnite trailer would have been more exciting than this, but whatever. And then we got the Hella game, which is that one game that features a mouse in an open world. I mean, it looks realistic enough. I don't know. I don't have anything to say about this one. I mean, cool enough, I guess. If you want to play as a mouse in an open world, go right ahead. Hell is the game for you, but it's not for me. Speaking of games not for me, Star Wars Outlaws, I've heard this game's great. So, like, not dissing the game at all. I'm just not a huge Star Wars guy. I'm more of that, like, Marvel type of guy. I've never really got into Star Wars, so this game isn't super duper mind-blowing for me, but I know I have a couple of friends, one of which being GameBlock, that will probably pick this up for Switch 2. And hey, GameBlock, tell me how it is. We have a couple of more interesting games to fall with Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 being announced for Switch 2. I think those come out in August, which is kind of crazy because I think we just got Yakuza 0 Director's Cut for Switch 2 back at the launch of the console. I actually have that game. It's sitting on my shelf right now. I haven't tried it yet because I haven't had the time for it, but I definitely want to try the Yakuza series. I've heard it's great, so I might pick these up eventually. But the next game, or sorry, the next DLC actually, is probably the best thing in the Direct. We have Hello Kitty Island Adventure DLC. Mind-blowing, absolutely insane. This game is just so life-changing. It's like Mario Galaxy to me. Like, this game changed my life. I love Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Anyways, Borderlands 4 got a release date trailer, and my alarm was going off in the background. That's great. I don't know why this game got one, but not Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. That's kind of funny that there was a release date trailer for Borderlands 4 in this, but like, we got a trailer for Age of Imprisonment, and there was just no release date. I mean, Borderlands 4, it'll be a Borderlands game for those that are fans of the Borderlands series. My only experience with it was the movie that came out last year, and that was absolute garbage. So, not really interesting to me. But I know that this game was long overdue, and people were waiting for this game for a really long time. So I'm excited for you fans of the Borderlands series that want to play it on Switch 2. There you go. You get your Borderlands game on a Nintendo console. And now we get into the final two games. These two games are probably the best direct finishers of all time. Even beats out Persona in 2022 as the direct finisher. We got The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, which is an HD 2D game by Square Enix. What is this game? I couldn't tell you. I don't know because I don't play these kind of games. And to finish off this direct, we have Octopath Traveler 0, another HD 2D game. I know, absolutely crazy, absolutely game-changing. This beats out Mario Wonder, or Tears of the Kingdom, or even Persona for a partner showcase. Like, these two are the biggest finishers for a Nintendo Direct we've ever seen. As you can tell by the sarcasm in my voice, I don't really care for these games. These are just going to be other games that pass by and we probably see in millions of directs to come, just like Triangle Strategy during the Switch era. Oh my god, I was sick of seeing that game in every direct. But that's besides the point. That was the July 31st Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Should have been an email, I will say that. A lot of what was shown or was like showcased and was highlighted in this direct definitely could have been in like a sizzle reel of some sort. You know, like they go over the game briefly, talk about it, and then move on in a general direct. And then we could have gotten like release dates for some of our games like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, Rhythm Heaven Groove, Age of Imprisonment could have gotten an actual release date, Kirby Air Riders, you know, Splatoon Raiders. We could have gotten some first party, at least release dates. If they didn't announce new games, that's fine. I mean, we have plenty to look forward to right now, first party wise, but it would have just been nice to get some release dates for stuff. Because what they've been doing recently is with Drag X Drive and Pokemon Legends ZA, they just dropped those release dates over on the Nintendo Today app, and they also dropped the announcement of Splatoon Raiders over there as well, which was like, why didn't we just save this for a direct? That would have been an interesting thing to announce in a direct. You know, a Splatoon spin-off is huge, but they just shadow dropped it on their mobile app. I don't know, I'm just kind of worried for the future of Nintendo first-party games and stuff like that. Like, I know that they said that Nintendo Directs are not going anywhere. They're still going to do Directs, and I feel like they will, but I'm just worried that, like, release dates and stuff like that will get just announced randomly on that mobile app, which kind of sucks, because, you know, it's kind of exciting to get the announcement of a release date in a direct for something that you're looking forward to, because, like, you know, you're watching a direct, you see a trailer for a game you're looking forward to, and it's like, oh, it's coming this soon, or, oh, I gotta wait a whole year for this. You know, it's like that. I just wish that we would get that instead of, like, you know, waking up randomly one morning and like, oh, look at that, Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out October 16th this year. But yeah, that was the direct. Honestly, I mean, I didn't have high expectations for it. I was hoping that we would get some of the games that were showcased in the Switch 2 direct, like, you know, like Final Fantasy VII Remake or Elden Ring, games like that. The new Dusk Bloods, I think that's what it was called, the FromSoft game that's exclusive to Switch 2. I was really hoping that they would cover those in this direct, but they didn't. They just gave us a lot of just random third-party games, which, I mean, there's some that are cool looking. Like, I'm excited for Persona 3 to come to Switch 2. I'm excited for, like, Pac-Man World Repack 2. But, like, I don't know. This just was a really filler direct, and it really makes me question, like, where is a lot of the big stuff? I mean, there's some big stuff in there, but, like, it wasn't a ton. But that's just me. What did you think of the direct? Did you enjoy it? If you enjoyed it, I'm happy for you. If you didn't, then you're kind of on my boat. It's not like I'm just, you know, excited for the Mario, Zelda, stuff like that. I want to open my horizons a little bit, expand the games I play on this generation, but at the same time, it's just like, in that direct, there was just not really anything that was really exciting to me. I want to be more open about what I play, but, like, that direct didn't really interest me in anything, I guess, outside of Persona 3. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments on this direct. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, anywhere in between. If you think that Chilling by the Campfire is going to be Game of the Year, let me know. But with that being said, that's all I have for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. With that being said, though, I'm the biggest nub on YouTube, Cristendo, signing off. And as always, goodbye, Nub Nation.